Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little more on the serious side because we're going to be talking about being pressured into having sex and what to do if you are. So stay tuned. Like I said, this topic is more of a serious one just because it is talking about somebody being pressured into having sex. And as you can tell, I'm putting the concealer on first today rather than on top. I just wanted to see if this will cover up a little bit more just because I've been having a lot of blemishes show up on my face. So I'm trying to cover them up a little bit more and wondering if putting the concealer on first maybe covers that a little bit more. But we'll find out, I guess. First things first, the most important thing about being pressured into do anything, especially sex, is that it is never okay. It is never okay to pressure somebody into doing something they don't want to do, especially when it comes to sex. Sex is only fun if it's consensual, so just make sure that you aren't pressuring anybody into having sex and that you aren't being pressured into sex as well. I think people are more likely to start experiencing sex when your body starts to change, when you're going through puberty, when girls start growing tits, and when boys start having wet dreams. Not to say that that is any excuse to pressure anybody to having sex just because you're thinking about it more, but that's when you start to think about sex, and that's when it's important to know that you don't have to be pressured into doing anything you don't want to do when it comes to sex. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where somebody is trying to force you into having sex or just trying to pressure you into doing something you don't want to do like that, you have the right to say no. It is your body and you can choose and get to choose what you do with it and who enters your body. But obviously being pressured into sex can happen at all stages of life too. It can happen when you're in high school, when you're in college, even beyond that too. But just know that if you ever find yourself in a situation where you are being pressured into having sex, you have the right to say no. And being pressured into having sex can come from somebody that you're in a relationship or it can come from somebody that you're not in a relationship with. It could be your boyfriend or girlfriend pressuring you into having sex, and maybe they're asking, why haven't we had sex yet? We're at the stage in our relationship where we should have moved on to that already. And if it's not the right time for you, you can say no. Maybe open up a conversation with them. Maybe you guys haven't talked about it and this is coming out of the blue. The situation is different for everybody. So like I said, maybe open up a conversation. Say, hey, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but I'm not ready to have sex yet. Here's when I feel like I could have sex. And you honestly don't even need to really give them an explanation. If you just want to say, hey, I don't feel like having sex right now. I don't know if we've talked about this before, but I want to make it clear that I don't want to have sex right now. That is okay too. You don't need to give them an explanation. However, it is always dependent upon you and the relationship you're in with that person if you want to give them an explanation, because maybe you do have one, and maybe opening that up more and just letting them know that maybe you're saving yourself for marriage or for somebody that you're in love with and you're not quite to that point yet. Let them know if you feel comfortable telling them that. Another thing you can do too is to let your friends know. So maybe there's somebody out there that is trying to pressure you into having sex. Maybe you've shared texts before or, have chatted about it and they're like, hey, I really want to have sex with you. Whatever the case may be, let your friends know. So if you're ever out in public and this person approaches you or they're at the same party you're at, that way your friends are aware of this person and know that you don't want to have sex with them. So if they try anything, they can intervene. And I feel like sometimes it's really hard to know who to trust out there, to know if this boy telling you that he, is really into you, all of a sudden says, I want to have sex with you, and then gets pissed off because you tell him no. Like, you should just know that that is not right. That somebody who cares about you and treats you right will never treat you like that, will never say something like that to you if they love you. Another way too you can be pressured is because all your friends are doing it. And maybe they're all saying like, oh my gosh, like you're the only one left who's still a virgin. You haven't had sex yet. Maybe that's happening, and just know that that is wrong as well. So maybe at a party, you're self-conscious now. You're thinking, I'm the only virgin here. And to let you know that's probably not the case. So don't feel pressured even by your friends to go have sex. Just maybe take the time to think about what sex means to you and when you think you'd be comfortable with having sex the first time or having sex with anybody. And just know that that is the rule you should abide by. And if anybody tries to break that rule or cross that line into having sex with you, that they're not somebody you should be hanging around, that you should find somebody else. I know this was a short video today, but I basically just wanted to make it to let any of you out there know that your body is your body. It was made for you, and so you get to decide who enters your body and what you do with it. So don't let anybody ever make you think differently. Your body is yours. You get to choose who you share it with. Being pressured into having sex can come in many different forms from many different people at many different stages of your life. So just know that you can always say no, that you should always say no if you are being pressured into having sex, because that is something you shouldn't have to put up with and really don't need to put up with in your life with everything going on. And you shouldn't let people like that in your life or allow them to stay there, because you have better and bigger things to do and they're getting in the way of that. I also want to clarify that this video by no means is about being forced to have sex. That is another topic for discussion that I will definitely be making a video about, and it's a very serious one, so I will be eventually making a video about that topic. But this video is about being pressured into having sex by your peers, by somebody you're in a relationship with, or just anybody in general that is trying to get you to have sex with them when you don't want to. So hopefully from this video you learned a few tips about what to do if somebody is pressuring you to have sex. Remember, your body is your body. You are a strong, beautiful person that doesn't need somebody in your life that is pressuring you to doing something, especially if it's sex when you don't want to. So you always have that choice to say no. You can talk to your friends about it, tell them what's going on. Maybe they can help you out. And also maybe have a conversation with the person that's pressuring you into having sex if they're worth it. Again, it's your choice. You don't owe anybody an explanation as to why you don't want to have sex with them. Just know that no is always an option for you. Thanks, beauties, for watching another video. I'll see you in the next one when we talk about another fun sex topic.